Third time is a charm? Not always. I'm Rick. This is The Shack. Hello and welcome. This is your first time viewing. Thank you so much for taking some of your time out to check out my channel. I always ask that you browse around, check out some of the other videos. I do home improvements, home repairs, tool reviews, and projects. If you have recently purchased the Incra Box Joint Jig, either Black Friday or got one for Christmas, I strongly recommend if you did get one, watch that video before you do anything, because I read through the directions. I still screwed it up, and I went and watched it on the DVD, and I figured out where I screwed up at. My father-in-law had asked me to make a box for him for his motorhome, so I thought what a perfect opportunity to finally use my Incra Box Joint Jig. I've had this literally for about a year, if not more, but it's been in the storage. I just never had an opportunity to set it up and use it on anything, and this is a perfect opportunity. First time, no, didn't like the design, came out wrong. Second time, refined better, but I lid's a little too tight. When I cut the lid off, it tweaked because the insert was too tight, and it's not square because my table saw does not cut square. So this one was a wash. My father-in-law is leaving today, so literally Sunday I had to start making it for a third time. It took me 5 hours to get the box joint jig set up because I kept screwing up, and I don't know how I did that. And I did. I took it apart completely, like when you first take it out of the box, set it up, readjusted it, reassembled it, because I figured out what did I screw up, where did I screw up, couldn't figure it out. Somehow, when I was making the cuts, and I will show you, I have a clip of it, the joints were tight, they fit good, but I had gaps in every joint, almost like I was going to do a spline joint. What the heck am I doing wrong? I mean, 5 hours, seriously, 5 hours I wasted trying to get that thing, and I got a trash can bucket full of probably 30 of these. I couldn't get the fit right. I'm like, are you serious? What the heck am I doing wrong? This is the end result. At least it's done. I sanded this edge little by little so it just fit in. I'll show you all that. Show you my frustration. Just if you got one for Black Friday or got one for Christmas, I strongly recommend you take your time, watch that video a couple of times, make sure you set it up right, because I'm hoping the next time I use it, which I'm going to try to use up some of this stock that I got laying around here and just make some boxes just to use it, I don't have to spend 5 hours setting up again. I don't know what I did wrong, and I hope I didn't screw something up. If it's still wrong, then I'm going to contact Incra, see if I can ship it to them, say, find out what I'm doing wrong. Is this thing out of adjustment? I'm not seeing. I don't know. I mean, I am very, very frustrating. So this is the end product. I finally got it done, but this is my third attempt, and actually I screwed it up. It could be a fourth attempt. Follow me as I make all my mistakes, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and not to do what I did. But I honestly, I don't know how I screwed it up so bad. Let's get to the video. Cutting the sides, you want to make sure they're all equal length. Just like doing a picture frame, if you don't cut them all the same length, have a jig set up, a stop block, so you make sure they're all the same, you'll never have a square frame. There is my mark. I went maybe an 1/8 inch longer. I flipped the board over. I'm going to line these up, and then I'm going to cut on my mark. That way both boards are the same length, and I'll do the same for the front and back. Cut this. I'm going to use the stock for the project to make sure I have everything lined up, and it needs to go a little bit deeper. There we go. I just feel the blade right there. So we'll do a quick test cut, because remember, I am going to try and have a key cut, the second cut down, third cut from the bottom. So I'm going to see how this works. I'm going to leave this off so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to turn my vacuum on and then turn this on. Now let's see how successful we are. Remember, to do that key cut in the middle, you put this down, butt it up, and since it's the same at each end, you take it the other and flip it around the other side. So now we have that center, second cut down, third cut from the bottom, same from that. We should have a good fit. Let me figure it this way. Whoa, now that is a perfect joint. Remember the reason I did this, when I get this done and I go back to my normal blade, when I cut the top through this joint, it will only be a 1/16 smaller than the rest of the joint, so it won't look too terribly bad. That's why I'm adding a little bit wider cut right here instead of the middle, just offsetting it, so when I cut this open for the lid, that joint will be just a little bit smaller. These, it won't be that noticeable. But there you have it. That is a great fit. When my father-in-law gets here, he can start putting this together. Right over that side. Same thing on that one. I don't know what happened, but I messed up. I had this on the router table. This is what I was going to do. Inlay this inside, top and bottom, just for a nice look. Put it in. This is snug. That's a good fit. But this way, I mean, I got a good gap. My father-in-law said it's okay, he don't care. You know, I can make the bottom fit, put it together, because it will be the bottom. The top, I was thinking I'd cut this down the middle, put another piece on, cut it down so I'd have a seam right down the middle, put it back in, I would have a nice tight fit. But I think I'm just going to remake this. Everything is third time a charm today. I don't know what it is. Last time I got to get this going. I got to get building. The first time I made it, I glued this together, which was my first mistake. After I routed all the edges to inlay the top, took the chisel, squared them out, went to drop the already cut top end, which I should have waited till it was done, then measured it, but I ended up having a gap on this edge, and I couldn't have that. So I said, you know, I'll just make it over. He was here Friday after Thanksgiving. I redid it Saturday and finished it Sunday, and here it is, the second time. Got it all done, looks good, nice. No. My table saw really doesn't cut square. So once I had this done, the top and bottom were a very tight fit and they weren't really square, I found out. Once this was all dried, I sanded the edges, cut the top off, and there went my box. It's lined up back here, it's lined up on the side, so if I was going to put the hinge here, when I come to the front, it's sitting over 1/8 of an inch on this side, and it's hanging over 1/8 of an inch on this side. So the box is tweaked going this way. I tried, like I do gauge, to spring it back. Wasn't going to happen because this insert is not square, and that's my problem. So, third time's a charm, right? It's 2:15. I literally started this by 9:15 this morning, so 5 hours. And I got a trash can full of cuts. This, I don't know what happened. I put my dado blade back on, put this in. I didn't even touch this from when my father-in-law and I did the joints. Should have been fine, but no, it was off. 5 hours. I took this, I went and watched the DVD again. I read through the instructions 3 times. Now, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? Redid the calibration, still came up, but they're a little bit tighter. Like, what am I doing wrong? I don't see it. Could not get it. I mean, it's a good fit, but it is almost like I was going through a spline insert here. It was off. I'm like, what the hell? It's a tight fit. If I turn that more, it's going to be even tighter, and I won't be, and I still got a gap. What the? Oh my gosh! So I don't know. I said I got a trash can full of these. Tried it again. Boom. After literally disassembling this and reassembling it, readjusting it 5 times, I finally got the stupid thing to work. I don't know what I was doing wrong. There we go. So I can square it up, glue it up, and that's it, man. And that's what the ends look like. So it looks like it's done. I'm going to take some sandpaper, kick off some of the aftermath of the cut. I mean, these are just, I mean, a hair proud. These are good joints. Alright, I think I finally got it. So I'm going to glue this up, then I can cut my top and bottom, glue that on. 5 hours though! Ah! I should have been done with this box by now. Oh. Well, glued up, squared up. I'm going to sit for about an hour. I'm going to go grab me some lunch. It's, oh my gosh, a late lunch. It's 2:45. Oh well, I got to grab something to eat. I'm going to set that up a little bit big. Up there, he's going to trim it down, work it down, and trim that off so it's more manageable to work with. And if you want, look up in the corner right here. I'll have a link to how I make jigs like this. They're a lifesaver, especially if your table saw is like mine and doesn't cut square. I'm going to put this right on that line so I can cut it a little proud. If I have it back, it'll be too short. And if I had it on this end and cut it there, it'd be too short. So I want it, the jig on the inside going out because I want it to be wider. If that makes any sense, I'm going to try to get right on that line. Right there is where I want it. I want it right on it. Because remember, the marker's on the inside of the box, so it's a little short. So I want that line to make it a little proud. So basically I want it just about inside that line so I don't see it. Well, let's see. The moment of truth. I actually set this down on the wood, drew the outline of it. I wanted to make sure it fits in here. Marked it. That's the end, so it's got to go in this way. Let's see if this fits in. Oh, look at that. That is a good fit. Oh man. I can put this lid on there and not worry about this thing binding. Look at that, perfect fit. So that's what I have to do. My table saw just doesn't cut straight one down. So now I'm going to pop that out, set this on the other piece, mark it, cut it out, take my sanding block, and I see my mark right there. What I'm going to do is make sure it's straight. I don't want to sand one end or the other more than the other. If I see my line, I can see a little thick there. I may do this side a few times, but very lightly. I'm not pushing hard on it. Where am I? Over that. And let's see, this is the end, 3, 4. 4 there. I got the numbers marked, so I make sure I got the right ends. So 4 goes in like this. We'll see if I got it. I need to sand a little bit more. I think I need to sand a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little tight there. Yeah, a little more sanding. Oh man, got her done. I'm gonna stain it. It's all done, sanded. Everything's in. Hopefully when I cut it, it stays square. You won't freak out so. But at least everything's smooth, the sides are good. Finally, I hope it doesn't tweak out because I didn't put these in very tight. They're loose, snug. I gluing it. We'll see how it works out. Stain time. I got it stained. Put the heat on. I'm going to let it dry for about 45 minutes. It says it takes about an hour, but I'm going to put heat on it, so it'll be done in about 45 minutes. This is the final product. And I screwed up again, but I just left it. I don't have time to build it over again. It is 12:30 at night. This has been a complete nightmare for me. I don't know why. 5 hours it took me to get that stupid thing set up. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This has been a horrendous day. It's 12:30 at night. I finally got this done. This is the final product. This is what it looks like. Piano hinge here. Got a little handle. The magnet is still drying. I put some epoxy in there, set it down so it'll hold it closed. It works. Cherry stain done. I am done with this. I am so done with this. But thank you so much for viewing. I hope if you happen to have gotten one Black Friday, Christmas, whatever, one of these jigs, please watch that video 30 times and do a stack of test cuts to make sure you got it set right, because I don't know what I did. I took it out of my saw, set it over there, came back the next day when I said I had to rebuild it again, put it back in there, and it was off. I'm tired. I gotta go to bed. I gotta let this dry. I don't know what else to say. Be blessed. Take back your shack. Build it for family, but build it for your sanity. I gotta clean up. See you next video.